Hello everyone and welcome to the Crestron Technical Institute. In this video, we will learn about how Crestron AV Framework operates on Crestron AirMedia. There are multiple AirMedia models available, but the model we will be using in this example is an AM3100WF. Note that the AV Framework is included in the AirMedia firmware and can be updated by updating the firmware. First, we'll access AV Framework. To do this, we'll need to navigate to the web interface and press the gear icon. Then we'll log in. Here, we have the normal web interface of the AirMedia itself. In some devices, AirMedia is a separate section within the web interface. In this model, AirMedia is fully integrated into the web interface itself. There is a full AV Framework operations guide for each supported device, which can be found on the product page under Resources. In this example, we will walk through some of the basic functionality. To access General Settings, go to Settings. Here you can name the room and select the language you would like to use. If you make any changes, press the Save button on the top right. The network configuration allows you to configure all of the network settings. In addition to setting this to a schedule, you can choose to use an occupancy sensor to know whether or not the room is occupied and base power on that. By power, we're talking about the ability to turn the display off and on. To use an occupancy sensor to do this, you will need to add an occupancy sensor under Connected Devices here. If you select the occupancy sensor, we can see that the sensor timeout is enabled, which is also key to shutting the system down if no occupancy is detected. You will also need to configure the web interface of the occupancy sensor to be tailored to your specific application. Next, let us take a look at the audio-video settings. We can set the output resolution, HDCP mode, underscan, and whether or not we turn flex mode off or on. For more details on these items, consult the product documentation on the product resource page. Going back to connected devices, this is where we can link devices for AV Framework to control. You'll notice that we have an occupancy sensor, touch panel, and CEC-controlled display already added. If we go to Edit, we can see what is configured when we are adding in a display. Notice how you can choose the default input, as well as the driver that is being used to control it. Scrolling down further, you'll see that we can configure what is shown on the front of room display, what shows up on our touch panel, as well as the display notifications. Next, we'll look at routing. This menu will allow you to configure the routing mode, icon displayed, and rank. In this case, there is only one routing channel. There are additional settings and features that allow you to configure the AirMedia, but we have covered most of the core AV Framework functionality that is built in. For additional information, go to the product page and download the AV Framework Operations Guide. Thank you for watching.